Hello, and welcome to a city that's probably going to be something different, hopefully. Welcome to Cities Skylines 2. What I want to try and do is to create a city here that will then be completely cut off from the rest of the world and will be 100% self-sufficient, including how we're going to allow the population to increase just by birth rate. So we'll probably involve being able to crank up the sim speed to, well, 8x isn't very fast, but we'll see what we can do, because at some point I've got a feeling that our population is going to be growing quite slowly. I'm going to let 1,000 people into our city, and then after 1,000 people have made their way into the city, we will disconnect the highway and we'll see what happens from there. No idea if this is even possible. We might even do the cutoff earlier, depending on how this seems to go. Again, I've never tried anything like this. Let's use the grid. So I don't know if this is even going to be possible. It might be that our population grows so slowly that we're not able to grow at any reasonable rate, but I guess we'll see. All right, that seems like a good start. So of course, we'll get some industry, we'll get some water pumping. Which way does this flow? As long as we pump from one side, and then probably just poop on the other side, we should be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pump from over here. Or does it really matter? Which way does this water even go? It's not very clear. Okay, well, regardless, if we get the water from one side, the other side should be clean for quite some time. So if we just do this, I might even connect this to the highway. Actually, no, we don't want to do that because we're going to be disconnected from the highway, aren't we? So we'll do that over there. We'll put this over here. Again, if anything's coming in, it's probably complaining that there's no power. Yes, it is. And then for power, why don't we see if we can go green? Because there's a lot of wind. These don't need roads, do they? So if we get 3 of these now. Did this guy get built above ground? Is there like a single lone power line floating in the air? No. But it's also not connected. So we'll just get rid of that. Okay. Good. Power's on. Water's on. Now we just need to get our population in, and then we close the doors, and we see what happens. I don't even know if this is going to work. Right now our population sits at 0. Can we speed up the simulation to 8x? Yeah. 8 seems to be the highest. We might increase the birth chance if we need to. It seems like cheating. We'll see how far we can go without cheating. And if we need to, we'll cheat. But for now, nobody has moved in yet. Probably because the houses don't exist. Yeah, here comes some people. Does that number go up immediately as soon as that person... Yes, as soon as that person parks themselves in that lot, that number goes up. So it might take us a while to get to 100 or 1,000. But I do think 1,000 is the number that we want here. Nobody's parked on the street because everybody has a room in their car, or in their driveway, I guess. So far. Here we go, tiny village, quick and early. I don't know what's going to happen for goods that need to be delivered from outside. Guess we'll find out. The hard way. 25 is our current population. It is definitely going to take a while for us to get to any meaningful number here. Connect these. Why not? We will need to deal with our own garbage. That's true. Where's our water intake? It's on the other side, right? Yeah, all the way over there. So we'll build our garbage dump over here. We'll give it a little bit of room to begin with. Just like the idea of cramming it right up against the highway. I think that's funny. I don't know why. We won't be using that highway for very long, so it'll just be people that happen to be driving by that have to see it. And I don't want to get too... I don't think I want to get too close to these wind turbines, because I think eventually I would like to be able to use that space. To build more turbines, that is. It's probably sufficiently sized garbage dump, landfill. We're already running out of room. Some people are going to have to live near that poop outlet, I think. Alright, hospital's in place, people can be happy. This will be a strange experiment. It might fail. We might just say, It can't be done. Cannot sustain a city that's cut off from the outside world in Cities Skylines 2. That would be a real sad outcome, but it might be the truth, and I guess we'll find out. We've already unlocked the Rock Musician Mansion before we've even hit 1,000. 1,000 is not a lot. That's what we're going to find out here pretty quickly, I think. Get some jobs. Again, I didn't level any of the terrain, so we're going to have lots of fun stuff like this. It's going to look really cool. Lake Dunlap. I don't know why it's called that. It is just a series of islands. Likely in the middle of the ocean, but maybe it's a big lake. I don't know. Who knows? We're actually not running out of space. Oh, we have all this space over here. We're just running out of space in this corner, on this side of the highway. But once this highway's gone, we're going to have tons of space. In fact, I might even get rid of this little road here and change the way that this comes in, just so that it's not in my way. There, now I have all this room to build another terrible grid. What a beautiful intersection. Look at this. Imagine figuring this out. I guess the lights are all on the side that you're on, so that's easy enough. Small village? No way. Alright, we're gonna get a school in place. Of course, education's always important. I think putting it on the main road is not a bad idea. Same with the high school. Again, that valley street there that leads to the highway, that won't be there forever. We'll have our own highways. In fact, I might actually leave that highway there and just disconnect it here, so that we can still use it to move things around the city. Yeah, I think we will. So we'll still have a highway, it just doesn't go anywhere. We'll never use the outside power connection, I don't think. And then eventually, as we expand out, what we'll do is we'll sever the highway further along, and then keep it for internal use. Uh-oh, what's happened here? Well, this doesn't count. How about now? No, we just don't have enough power is probably actually what the issue is. It's because of this wind power just isn't keeping us afloat. That should have been pretty obvious, I think. How are we doing? Is the issue power? The issue is power. It's probably a power bottleneck, which might mean that we need to put power into a transformer and then move it. Does that work? Are we allowed to do that? I mean, it says that we have electricity. Oh, these aren't connected. Well, why aren't these working? This is a mystery. Maybe they are. Maybe that's just a graphical issue. I don't know. Are we fine now? Everything seems to be okay to me, so we'll leave it there. See what happens. Alright, a little bit more commercial. There's some demand starting to sprout up in some areas. We'll get these things moved out of the way eventually as well. What is this? Oh, you're not actually connected to anything. Lovely. What about now? No? What about now? Are these not actually connected? Is that what my problem is here? How about now? I don't know. It says we're producing. Maybe they don't produce if they don't have anywhere to put their power, and since we're not connecting ourselves to the outside world, and we can't sell, maybe they need batteries? Maybe we should store the power from them in batteries? Large village, let's go. Oh, we're almost at our 1,000. I might even buy some tiles just so that we can extend where the cutoff point is. Yeah, maybe we want to build along this whole island here. Maybe that island will be fun. Sure, there we go. Alright, we're pretty much at that point now where I am going to sever these highway connections without cheating. So we'll cut them off there, we'll cut them off all the way up here. Now traffic cannot flow through our city. How does that affect anything that we do? So we should start to see this number. What number am I thinking? The number of moved in and probably moved away should change. Birth rate will start to be the only number that matters, ideally, and death rate is the worst number. That also matters, but that we will need to keep an eye on. Put a cemetery out here since, again, we can't ship anything out of the city. Let's make this a less tedious connection. All right, so we can fill up this island if we want. We can definitely fill up this island. This is our island. We don't have any more points to spend, but we can. And I think, wow, is there a way to encourage birth rate? Does having a hospital encourage a higher birth rate? Does having... I don't think the rest of this actually matters. Parks might help? I don't know. I don't know what's going to help encourage our birth rate. We'll have to figure that out. Because at some point what's going to end up happening is as we start building these structures, nobody's going to be there to move in. That number's still going up, 1129. So we didn't stop the... There's probably a bunch of people on the highway still moving in. Or on the streets driving to their destination. So we got a few extra people, it looks like. Unless people can just spawn in from nowhere. Let's make sure that this highway doesn't have another magical connection. So that's cut off. That's cut off. It doesn't appear to have any connections anywhere other than our city. No, we are completely separated from the world, as far as I can see. So we'll see. Our birth rate is 3 per month. Citizens can move out if they cannot find a job. Citizens can't move out if they can't find a way out, right? Our population's dropping. How? Where are these people going? I wonder if they can just become homeless, and that's just the way it is. Also, our death rate, I guess, is 33, and I am seeing hers is bringing people in, so yeah, we have 6 people being stored here. I guess we shall see what happens. I expect this to be red for quite some time, but we can also turn up the sim speed. We can also sacrifice frame rate for sim speed, which isn't going to really matter yet. All right, unfortunately, we are not making enough money yet. Let's see about maybe getting some commercial structures in where there's a little bit more demand. And then we will probably need fire coverage, of course. Hook that up right there, and we're going to need police. All of these services that could probably normally come in from outside if they really needed to, we don't have that luxury. That is not an option for us. So another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this block into medium density residential. A bunch of people are going to have to move out. I don't think this number can go down because they can't go anywhere. Do we have a chart for that? Yeah, so people can't actually leave. Yeah, citizens moved in, flat. Okay, we can close that. Citizens moved away, flat. Nobody can move away. Birth rate down here, death rate definitely higher than our birth rate. That is a problem. But we'll see if that is a problem that can also remedy itself. I'm going to be a little bit more daring here and say we can de-zone these blocks here and see if this forces people to build medium density residential here or not. Because they can't leave. Nope. Number went up by 2 and then went down by 2. It was a very brief blip. Our death rate was a little bit lower than our birth rate. Yeah, that is it. The citizens moved in, so we got an extra couple people, like 123 people. Why can't I turn both of those on anymore? There we go. So our birth rate slowly rising, our death rate slowly dropping. We need that. Right now, it looks like we have a lot of businesses and not enough people. So what we might really just need to do here is get rid of them. Sorry, but we don't have room for you right now. And then crank the sim speed, which it already is. What does disable trips? We don't want to do that. What does clean up obsolete entities do? Don't know what it did. Pushed it anyway. All right, the number's going up. This lack of labor should go away because we're now cramming more jobs into the remaining businesses. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll probably get rid of some of this industry. So all the people that worked in those jobs will find new jobs elsewhere. That number's going down. Okay. This might just be a waiting game. This might be one of those things where we just have to sit here and watch these graphs and simulate at 8x, which is sadly the fastest that we can do, unless somebody has some other secret. So here's what I'm immediately seeing. We can't float at 54,000. Oh, what is this? No, I don't want that. We can't float at losing $54,000 a month. We're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something, which is probably increase the tax rates and maybe charge a service fee. We're going to have unhappy people, but where can they go? The budget for healthcare, 80%. Cut the budget for the police, 80%. Education, we leave that where it is. Garbage management doesn't make us any money. We're going to cut the budget. We don't have that many people here. 60%. If we have to, we'll charge more service fees for our electricity. Has that helped? Yes, we're only losing $39,000 a month now. And we're only losing $14,000 a month now. Okay, we're finding a solution here. Housing demand's going up. Again, I don't know if it matters if we cram people into low-density houses or keep them in medium-density houses. I don't think it matters. I don't think they're becoming homeless. The hospital's waiting for an ambulance. Is that because I deleted one from existence whenever I did that cleanup? Maybe. I don't know, let's see what happens if we get rid of more of these houses. What if this little square down here, what if we get rid of these? Our population's dropping. Are we killing people? We're making money. Our death rate is down. Are people finding a way to move out? No. The number of citizens moved away is dropping. I think that's like an average over them. Maybe it's not. Maybe they can somehow find a way out. Nobody's moving in. This must be like a rolling average. That must be what we're looking at here. I'm almost certain that this is some sort of rolling average. So let's let this play out at 8x and see what happens. I don't think this demand is real. There's unoccupied buildings, so just go live in them. We're gonna have to get rid of more industry as well, because we just don't have the jobs for it. But we also can't afford to do that. Let's wait it out. Let's see what happens. Let's follow somebody. They're home. Alright, I'm gonna let this time lapse for a couple months and see what happens. Maybe we'll time lapse this chart. Alright, I think the population is very slowly climbing. At 1,000, it's not gonna go up that very quick. 18 a month right now. This is going to be a very, very slow growth. But I think it's going to be... I don't know, I want to say it's going to be feasible, but maybe taxes have to be at 13%. Maybe we need to take it alone. I don't know. The government's not really helping us out here. Maybe we need to sell our power. We're not generating that much. If we can keep hitting some of these milestones, that's great. But again, the only thing that's making us money are things that are making us money within our city. So we don't export anything outside. Did I not get rid of some of these? Oh, we do have room for low rent housing. Let's plop some in there and see what happens. And then I want to get rid of some more of this housing here and see if this will force people to move into that low rent housing. Who knows? Let's get rid of some of these buildings too. And then let's get rid of some of this industry, which we don't need. So it says our population is dropping. I don't know how that's possible. We have more jobs than we have people. That's definitely an issue. I think we get rid of these. I think we get rid of these. Most of our people are employed. It's just too many jobs. Alright. Our low rent housing is existing and should be cramming a lot of people into those buildings so that I was hoping that would generate some sort of demand over here. I'm going to put in one block of offices. I'm going to get rid of these houses and these houses and possibly even these houses here. I'll wait and see if people will move into new homes. We're making money. Population's all over the place. I don't even know what to do about that. Somebody's moved in. I think that we're still seeing a rolling average. I think whenever people go homeless, they're no longer counted in your population. So until the people have somewhere to live, they don't count as living in your city. We almost have perfect employment now. Almost every business is able to have people working in it. According to this stat, at least. There's 1,000 jobs and 800 people are employed. That must mean that, yeah, just children and teens are probably unemployed.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news.
You don't interrupt this program. I'm talking. We have 25 people going to the high school and 104 people going to elementary school. There they are, just hanging out, I think. Yeah, studying, allegedly. This poorly educated child who's just standing outside shouting. This is how they study. Yeah, go to school. What about you? Somebody brought their dog to school, but the dog isn't allowed to actually go to class, so they just sit here. Turning into some sort of Cerberus. Look at this nightmare. So the students go to class and the dogs just kind of sit behind the door there. That's fun. This guy's still just standing around. Let's turn back up the sim speed. And I guess we're just waiting for our people to reproduce. What else can we do? This is going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to let the game just run overnight. Maybe. We're going to have to keep an eye on this demand, because as long as these say unoccupied buildings, that just means that our population hasn't filled up yet. Maybe we put in buses? I don't know, 62,000 a month? We're barely keeping ourselves afloat, and that's only because we are massively taxing people. Yeah, there's somebody saying that they want to live in a building. Nicole Sheridan, who currently lives in a building. She's just complaining about nothing. She's a senior in high school. Why don't you go to class? Going home. What were you doing in that other house? Why are you wearing headphones and green sunglasses? Where are we going? Let's see. Let's follow her as she waddles home. Nope. That not where you live? Okay, she's home. Now she's idling. Her occupation is an employee, a senior in high school. She's employed by the high school to be a student. Average time to graduation, 19 months. Okay. What about here? 6 months. Okay. Anybody else just praise the hashtag, son? We could really use more residential buildings. You need to stop. Stop asking. It's not gonna happen. Look. There's no demand for it. I guess there's a little bit over here. But wouldn't you rather live in a medium density home somewhere? Why don't we get rid of these? Population goes down as everybody has to move out of their homes, and then the number will go back up as they move back into a home. It's such a crazy way to look at things. But look at our pop. It's actually dropping, isn't it? Oh, no, wait. That might just be because people are currently homeless because they're moving. Yeah, it's going back up. Isn't it? Maybe? I don't know. Citizens moved in. 0. Citizens moved away. There's still a number there. I don't know where they're moving. You can't leave. Oh, look at this. We have some more demand for low-density residential. Or medium-density residential, rather. To the point where maybe we can fill a whole block. Let's see. Almost. Almost. Now, I don't want to create any new businesses. I realize that there is a demand for business. I don't know why. We don't want to, because our employment rate is basically, the whole city is more or less employed. In fact, we still have 200 jobs that we can't fill because we don't have enough adults to fill them yet. Yeah, our birth rate's positive. 1126. We can just sit here and watch. Not enough customers. You're going to have more customers, don't worry. These buildings here are about to start shopping at your store. Either that or we'll just get rid of you. Maybe nobody wants to buy beverages at Maito. Or beverages at Limsa Bar. Maybe there's already enough beverage stores. Maybe you have already doomed your own business and now you have to go. We do have some abandoned low rent housing. Those will probably just collapse on themselves. Yeah, nobody's really making money here. All these buildings are in debt. So maybe people can't afford to live outside of low density housing. Although you would think that's more expensive. Now these row houses are profitable. What's going on here? Not enough customers? Another drinks bar? You have doomed yourself? In fact, I'm just going to get rid of the whole bar. And all the zoning under it. You've doomed your own business. What's over here? More beverages. People just don't want beverages in this city. Go away. What about you? Beverages. How long is this building? I can't even tell where it ends. No, it's 6 wide. That's crazy. Oh, it's gone now. How's that help the employment rate? It's better. That's fun. Look at that. I can switch through all the info views. Make them go away. I don't know what else the rest of this stuff does. I'm not going to touch it. It's bad enough that I'm turning this up to 8x. Is there something in game rendering that would be funny? Let's not touch that. There's too much in there. We could increase the birth chance. We'll wait and see. If things look like an absolute dud, we might do it. But for now, I think we're okay. We'll keep these ones. These little low income or low rent houses. I like the look of these ones. It's weird that the buildings are flipped on the lot, and this one has white balconies, and this one has red balconies. Wait, are they flipped on the lot? Yeah, they've got different parking lots completely. It's the same building. No, it's not even the same building, is it? Yeah, it is. Same number of AC units and everything. Now, these are different. The AC units on the side are different. The side windows are the same. No, wait, this one has AC units. Oh yeah, only this building has AC units. Nobody lives here. Maybe it's time to get rid of low rent housing, because I don't think anybody lived here either. Do we put in a park? If we increase land value by putting in a park, will people procreate? Is that how this game works? Genuinely don't know. What's up with these roads? Pothole City. Do we cut road funding? Oh, you know what's happening. I'll bet normally if your roads start to degrade, maintenance vehicles from out of city come and deal with it for you. If you haven't built your own road management or your road maintenance. But because our town is completely cut off, nobody can come in to fix up our roads, so our roads are probably just falling apart. Let me see. Mulberry Street, condition, 64% average. Yeah, it is Pothole City here. Park Street, 79%. That's fine. What about this big street here, Robin Street? This one probably gets a lot of traffic. 64%. You know what? Stop whining. 64% is a perfectly serviceable street. Oak Highway, 100%. Nobody uses the highway. We're still at 1126, so our population's not going up. I'm going to put in a block of low-density housing and see what that does to our population. If it stays at 1126, fine. If it goes up, then there was probably a handful of homeless people. We are making money. We might have had homeless people or newborns with nowhere to live. One of the two. And do people move out of their homes as they grow up? Do people grow up? Oh, I saw a commercial building upgrade. A furniture store. Fantastic. 1127, so it didn't go up by much. 1128, it went up by another one. Okay, maybe I did have some people not living in homes. We've hit some sort of nice balance, though. Let's put in... We'll put in some tiny low density or low rent housing right next to the high school. Why not? I love all the hashtag sunlight we're getting. I think that's because the day-night cycle doesn't function right now. Because people won't watch if it's nighttime. People don't like the dark. Pair new apparel. Got this guy with his fake beard and his leather jacket just standing around. Dexter. People don't even shop at Pair New, they just stand around outside. Look at this woman in her leather overalls. River. Oh, she works here. Is she working? They're working. This is how they work. Yeah, this one's working too. Yeah, he's working too. This is how they work at Pair New Apparel. They're like sign spinners. They just stand around outside and shout at people. Tell them to come shop. She's working too. By just sitting around outside. Her job level is basic. She wears her sunglasses at work. What about you? You working too? Wait, does everybody that works at Pair New wear red sunglasses? No, they're not all red, but they do all wear sunglasses. Is that just because it's sunny? Does everybody in the city just wear sunglasses? Yes, I think that might actually be the case. This is a sunglass city. I guess when there's only so many places that you can shop, and one of them is fashion shop, everybody's going to be shopping there and buying their sunglasses there, right? Is that how this game works? Who knows? Who knows how this game works? We're at 1130. Our population's actually going up. What's happened here? What's the matter? You sell beverages? No, but not enough customers. I don't know what you want from me. I'll tell you something about this city. Traffic's not a problem. People love all the sunlight we're getting. Plenty of free time, happy life. The city is incredibly noisy. What are you talking about? Our education system is so amazing. I'm in love with all the leisure time opportunities the city provides. I'm appalled at how healthcare is run in the city. We did cut the budget on the healthcare, didn't we? Where even is that? Medical clinic. You know what? It's doing what it needs to do. Doesn't have enough employees. That is a problem. And some of its employees are sick, which definitely doesn't help. Do we look at budgeting more for healthcare? It's so expensive, though. It's like one of our most... Oh, wait a minute. Garbage makes us money. But if I turn up the budget, then it makes us less money. What if we turn the budget all the way down? We turn this budget back up. Education, we can probably turn that down. Probably when we've already defunded the police a little bit, we'll do a little bit more. Same with fire coverage. Water, we're charging them for water, but it's not making us any money. If anything, it's just making people ever so slightly unhappy. Too bad. You basically live in a Garden of Eden. Show some respect. What are you, this rock musician is complaining about their rent. I'm gonna move your house, actually, because you should be providing happiness to people, and you're not doing it all the way over there by yourself. You live here now. Just picked up the house with the people in it and moved them completely. Their household wealth is wealthy. There's no rock musicians here. They work at grind a rock. Screen space reflections. So I can only reflect what's actually on the screen. So as soon as I look down, that house is out of my screen. Can't reflect it. Good. What fun. House has a ladder. Do all the cars parked on the curb turn their wheels in? They all do, look at that. Oh, not all of them. That's wild. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, only some of them do. Huh. Same with the bikes. They all just turn their wheels in whatever random direction they want. I wonder if that's just where they were when they parked and it just locks there. Look at that weather. I do like how even these small cities, population of 1,000, once you get down on street level and you start looking around, it still feels like a decent little living town. This dog just does what he wants. Just exists. Shouldn't you go home? Thing. This 8x simulation speed is insane. The way cars zip by and people just waddle at high speed away from me. Can I even keep up? I can. I can keep up with the 8x sim people. There's two of this store side by side. Capia, which I believe is a furniture store. Why do we need two of them right next to each other? I guess this one's part of a little strip mall that has other stores in it. Maybe not. Actually, I don't know what Interior IOR designs. Is that another business or is that just part of Capia? And what's this place? Oh, this is a car place. So at least new cars will probably be produced in our city. Grand Margay. I don't know what they do there. Cat food. Let's find out. Oh, well, I'll never find it again. I'm in the ocean. The power keeps going out. Oh, gosh. Really? Do we need another one? I think we're fine. Oh, look at all the XP that we were making when we were zoomed in. Our population has gone up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if this is YouTube series viable. Because I don't want to let this run for 4 hours just to put together a single episode where our population goes up by 10 people. So I don't know what we do about that. Can we spawn people? What does scene flow do? Man, don't touch that. What about watches? Birth system. Debug birth. Don't touch it. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Honestly, probably don't touch anything in here. This thumbnails. Don't touch it. You don't know what it does, don't touch it. Display stats. Look at that. Cool. Wow. Again, is the issue that people they don't have anywhere to live? No, we're at 1134 and that number is not moving. Our birth rate is down. The population moving out somehow keeps going up. Death rate is pretty flat. 14 people now have moved in here. There's almost as many employees as there are deceased. Wonderful. We do make money every once in a while. Little bursts of money. Little bursts of income. So many people are getting sick. Yeah, that might be a problem. Our average health is only 64%. But what can I do? If I turn up the budget on that, we lose even more money. Let's turn down our electricity budget to 50%. Turn up the fee to 200%. People won't like it. No, they definitely don't like it. But where can they go? They can't. Are we still making enough money to power this city? Yes. Doesn't use a lot of power. Oh good, here comes the end. Go away. Doesn't even pull up any trees. Look at this, they still have 2,000 wood. Get out of here, you big dumb funnel. You don't even do anything. This building's already defunct, abandoned, and unhappy. This building is unhappy. And don't exist. Oh, now you want to rebuild. And are our roads falling apart? They're probably fine. People in this city are not looking well. Uh-oh. What can I do? What can I do about it? Not really much. Again, I don't even know what to research here. We don't need anything. You have literally watched me sit around and probably stare at the same city with literally no changes being made to it for 20 minutes here. We've stared at a graph for a little bit. We got down the street view and walked around for a little bit. But this is probably the most boring city. And I wonder what would make it work. If we had 10,000 people, would our birth rate be going up high enough? Let's experiment. What if we turned up our birth chance to 104? Because it's so annoying to try to get that tiny reasonable number. Will we see this number go up from 9 a month if we just sit here and let it simulate for a little bit? Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn down the electricity service fee. I don't think it's not doing anything for us. 3,000 bucks. Alright, we'll turn up the birth chance to 1,000. If anything, our birth rate seems to be going down. So what do we do about this? What do we do about this? I turned up the birth rate chance, or whatever that button is called. Birth chance, 1,000. Maybe it takes a month. Maybe we wait. We're at 11:30. We're at 11:31. Something's changed. At least we're getting XP for people being happy. 11:29. We've lost 2 more people. 2 people moved away. How did they get away? I wonder if they can just teleport away. But then why can't they teleport in? This is a mystery. This is one of the great Cities Skylines mysteries. More people are moving away, apparently. We are about to hit the next tier of city, and then I'm going to let this time lapse maybe until sometime in 2025, according to our in-game calendar. And then we'll see what this chart looks like. I also hate that this chart only stops at the halfway point. Nothing about this makes any sense. Like, why doesn't this render all the way to the left? It's a terrible chart. Fix your chart. Why is it just this one little sliver over here? It doesn't matter. Somebody in the comments once told me you can change your time scale with the slider down at the bottom. That doesn't fix it. It still doesn't render anything on the left side of the chart. Is it a UI scale issue? I don't think so, because I've changed it back to default. Who knows? It's a mystery. Whatever. Enjoy the right side of this chart. More people move away. It's so bizarre. Where are they going? How are they moving away? How do they move away? That's my question. How do they move away? Are they, even if they walk along this highway, eventually it runs out. No vehicles can get out of this city. These houses are abandoned. They're collapsing. 2 more people have joined the cemetery. They're now employed at the cemetery full time. We're about to hit Tiny Town, which isn't going to do much for us. Population's gone down, even though this says it's going up. Alright, we've hit Tiny Town. I think this is a good point for us to just go either hard into time lapse or hard into time skip. This will either fade to black and come back at some point in the future, or you get to watch this chart slide around while the city zips by in the background, depending on how interesting things go. But I'm going to let this run for a little bit and come back to it, maybe in a couple months. Alright, we've let time pass for quite some time. It's a lot of abandoned buildings, but our population has gone up. Not by much. So I guess the question that I have is this. Do we open up the city to push this number up to 5,000 before we close the doors? I don't know. Does birth chance do anything? As far as I can tell, it doesn't do anything. Whether this was at 20 or whether this was at 1,000, it didn't change a thing. So I don't think that matters. Is there anything else that we can change to make this a more interesting city? I don't know. I'm gonna look around and see. But it was fun to see that you can actually get a city that's pretty much self-sufficient at small scale. Does it scale up? No, because you can't. The birth rate isn't significant enough. Look at this. On average, we were getting 8 new people a month. How long would I have to leave this game idle for? Who knows? 27 people have joined our cemetery in that time. I don't know. If I left this on overnight, would this go up by 100? Maybe. Is that something that I want to do? Not really. Not really. I'd rather start another city. Maybe that's what we'll do. But for now, I think that's it from Lake Dunlap, our little isolated city where nobody comes and nobody leaves, although they still do find some way to do that. Alright, thank you for watching. Hopefully this wasn't a complete waste of your time. Maybe you learned something. I don't know. There's a lot of abandoned buildings and collapsed buildings. That's pretty fun too. Alright, thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. If you like this, hit the like button, leave a comment, a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, do all the YouTube things. Do them all at once. See how quickly you can get them done. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.